What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Shovel Knight. Last time we finished off the flying machine, much to its protestation. It tried very hard to make us really dead, and it did a pretty good job of it. But anyways, today we've got some more shoveling to do. So this is the kind of the bonus money stage to this area of the game. And as you can quite clearly tell, you can access it, or not access it, but you can complete it once you have obtained the propeller dagger. And yeah, it's not a whole lot to say about it, honestly. You just kind of propeller around. The propeller dagger, just in addition to being a good movement relic, it's actually, in a lot of situations, it's surprisingly good for combat as well. Just because you can do a really good job of comboing enemies infinitely on the ground with it. And we're definitely going to see a bunch of that in the, maybe not the near future, but the future. Grab these gems, but I want to come back up here because I need to propeller onto this screen. This is a decent place to demonstrate. I was talking a few episodes ago about how sand blocks like this one, as opposed to dirt blocks, they don't stop you when you pogo through them, so you just kind of fall. Stupid troll moles. Those are actually what those are called. The moles that come out of the dirt. They're actually called troll moles. That is what the internal game code calls them. If you were wondering. All kinds of money. How much do I actually have? 8,000. And let's fight this dude. This guy can actually be pretty hard. Deceptively so. Like, he doesn't seem like he's that hard, but he can rack up damage really quickly on you. Are you ready? So this guy will block a lot of attacks from the front, and he will shoot lightning, which does a lot of damage. So it makes it pretty dangerous to pogo on him sometimes, which is a part of what makes him so hard. Mostly it just comes down to the fact that a lot of his lightning strikes do one whole blip of damage, which is a lot, so... That's mostly why this guy is hard, because the lightning does so much damage. When he actually shoots out the little bolt things when he disappears, those do a normal amount of damage, but when the lightning strikes come from above and when it shoots out from the sides of him after hitting him, those both do one whole blip of damage. I'm coming here because I want to spend my money before I die repeatedly and lose it all like last episode. I might as well start with the swag mail. It does nothing except give you a shiny trail and make you do flips and stuff. So it's cool, but not very functional. So back to the Dynamo mail. I could buy more armor, but I don't want to spend too much money because there's always items in each area that you need to buy. 5,000 gold is plenty for that, but you know, whatever. So, this is the Clockwork Tower, the domain of the Tinker Knight. And this place is weird, like, I don't know. Traditionally, the first time I played the game, I didn't find this area that hard, but for some reason, up there. The last few times I played through this area, I died, like, constantly. Normally I wouldn't bother doing stuff like opening up the side area or destroying those dirt blocks, but I'm trying to collect money for my armor needs, just because, like I said last episode, completion. That was close. Hopefully my greed does not lead to my demise. One cool thing you can do is just propeller over there. Pretty sure this spot contains a red fish, which actually might be useful to me because I've got an empty Truple Chalice, but he just gives me the yellow ichor, which isn't that useful, so whatever. Can I actually get up here like this? I can. Cool. Just pogo across here. Money! The gear wasn't in position for me to pogo it, so whatever. The propeller dagger is actually really handy in this area. It's really handy in every area, but for some reason this one always sticks out to in my mind as being especially useful. Oof, I thought for sure I was gonna die there for a second. Yeah, not today, Bite Sprite. Bite Spirit, whatever you want to call yourself. Okay, so switch to the Flare Wand. I might as well get this now. Part of the reason I didn't get this earlier was because I was almost positive I was going to end up falling down, so whatever. Get back here. Okay, so I want to kill you from a distance. Come on. Normally I would just take the bottom route here just because it's faster, but I might as well grab these gems if I'm collecting money, right? If you do take the bottom route, you have to be really careful of that rat, because he's like dashing around left and right, but he can knock you off the bottom platform if you don't kill the rat. So that's something to be mindful of. There's a little section up here. A little bit of money. Oh, I forgot that dude was there. Phase Locket Strats. Oop. Come on, get away from me, dude. Okay, Propeller Dagger. Whatever, I don't need one gem. Even if it is a 50. And here we get the Mobile Gear, which is a pretty interesting item, honestly. For one, you can just use it as a little boost like that to jump to higher areas, but more to the point, it's useful because, as the name suggests, it is mobile, and it can do this. Notice how it walks over the spikes and does not endanger my life. That's pretty useful in a few areas. It's easier to just phase through this guy than try and fight him in this constrained area. Really hope I don't die on this screen because it's really easy to do so. Don't care about that 200 or that... Well, maybe I care about that sparkly. I'm not positive if I do or not. I think it's just a yellow fish. Yeah. I might as well hit up the save point. The last time I did this area, I was breaking every save point in the game because there's an achievement for going through the game without ever using, or with destroying every save point, or every checkpoint. So that's what I was doing. This area took me so long that I've just like developed this muscle memory that I must destroy every checkpoint. I have to like remind myself that I have to, it's okay to actually save. And by save I of course mean hit checkpoints. This is one place where the mobile gear is really cool, because you can basically just skip most of this auto-scroller. It's pretty awesome. Go, Mobile Gear, go! There's some chicken here. Gotta get that wall chicken. I don't think I actually have to kill that guy, but whatever. And I might as well grab his gold, right? But I gotta come over here to the left because there's things over here. I think this is another goldfish. Indeed. One thing I will say about the goldfish is normally they're a little bit harder to grab than they have been this time, actually. Like, for whatever reason, sometimes they always seem like they really like chilling out, like directly over top of the pit where I just fished them out of, which makes it really easy to just fall into that pit, which, as you can probably imagine, is really annoying. Stupid bite sprite. But the goldfish have been surprisingly cooperative this playthrough so far. Not that it matters that much, but it's nice, I guess. The stage has actually been going surprisingly smoothly. I don't think I've died yet, have I? And like, usually if you can make it to this far into the stage, then the rest is pretty easy. No, come on. No, oh, I almost saved it. That was almost really clutch. I don't know what it is about that auto-scroller, like, it seems like it's so easy, and yet it's almost like you get complacent and just mistakes just kind of happen. Luckily this time I can take the short route because I already got everything around that other side, so there's that saving grace anyways. Sometimes the missiles on this screen can actually be really obnoxious. I don't know what it is. Sometimes they're just completely... Well, that was silly. Sometimes the missiles are completely fine and sometimes they're just not. That's actually one thing about this auto-scroller too, is that if you die, you're basically just resigned to not retrieving your money at all. It's basically just not going to happen. Just because of the way auto-scroller deaths work is your money's just going to be like hanging out in limbo somewhere that may or may not be actually possible to even get to. I might be able to retrieve it this time, but no, see, like, that's not gonna happen. Oh well. Hopefully I don't scrub up this platforming this time, because it's actually not that hard. Come on, get up there. And that's pretty much the level. Some chicken here, might as well grab it. The boss of this level is actually really interesting to me because, well, for a few reasons. So this guy's pretty cool. You just use the mobile gear, and for some reason it one-shots him. I don't know why, but it's pretty cool. And now I want to get out the throwing anchor, because now he has a giant mech. This is actually a surprisingly tricky fight I found the first time I did it, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it becomes a complete joke. Oh, well, I fell, so... I don't have enough magic to spam anchors until he's dead, so I have to get my boy back up here. So that was actually a pretty bad fight, all things considered. But, like, you can probably tell that, like, it's kind of a really easy fight once you get the hang of it. But I don't know. Before getting the hang of it, I found it to be pretty tricky. I've talked to other people who were like, no man, as always, like the easiest boss ever. And to those people, I say, screw you. Not really, but, you know. I had trouble, man. And I got a bit of time, so I might be able to squeeze in Polar Knight stage. I don't think this stage is too long. Actually, there's some stuff here. This is one of those stages that's like, the first time you do it, it probably comes across as being really hard, but it's kind of like Tinker Knight, actually. Like, once you do it a few times, it's not too bad. Especially if you're trying to skip past chests and stuff, you can actually do this stage really quickly. Stupid troll mole. I really hate these Viking dudes. They like jump around and stuff, and you can't hit them on the top. Like, you can't pogo them, and you can't hit them in their head, basically, because they have their little Viking helmets. Hello, goldfish. Also, they take 3 hits to kill, and I mean, screw that. Anything that you can kill in a single charge shot is okay by me, for the most part. There are some exceptions. I should get the propeller dagger back on before I forget that I'm not using the propeller dagger and accidentally try and use the fishing pole to like save myself from an otherwise fatal fall, which would not work out too well. It's a bomb! Screw everything about this mechanic, dude. You have to like jump onto the snow to drop it onto the spikes to make the spikes safe to land on. It's I find it to be very nerve-wracking and not as consistently working as I would like. Like, sometimes you think you're going to be safe, but you're actually just not, because the game decides so. It's kind of like one of those magic tricks where it's like, there's a bunch of cups, and they're inside one of them is a knife, and they're like, yeah, just smash your hand down on this cup. I swear that I'm not gonna smash your hand down on the one that has a knife under it. Hopefully people have actually know what I'm talking about and I don't sound completely insane. This is a kind of cool little mechanic where you have to like shove this little statue around. I guess I can probably demonstrate. Most of the areas where you have to do this statue, you can actually skip past a lot of it with the propeller dagger. So for example, you can do that. I think I'm gonna have to do pretty much all of them legit just because of going for completion's sake. But yeah. So, to get past this legit, you have to smash open those ice and let the statue up here. If you can't tell, what the statue does is when you're standing on it, it sinks down, and when you hit it, it goes out horizontally, and when you are not standing on it, it floats down. And if you bash it into an enemy, the enemy dies. I actually could have done this the cool way. I wonder... I don't remember how back the checkpoint is, so... Well... Nah, it's not worth it. I can't even do it anymore. Basically, you can use the propeller dagger to propel off of from where the little mage dude was. And you can see the little block by the ceiling on the left. If you time it right, you can do, I think, 3 propeller daggers across this gap and just land on here. It's pretty awesome. Actually, there's a thing on the wall there. That was pretty good. Oh, it's just an apple. I don't want no apples, dude. I want cash money. This area is kind of deceptive because your natural instinct against these guys is to pogo on them. But the floor here, there's a lot of spots where if you pogo, you're going to open up a death pit. So be very careful about that. I think this is a red fish. These guys are not as dangerous as they look. It looks like, oh, they're gonna knock me off the ladder. But the pattern that they throw their hammers in is actually really forgiving. Like, unless you, you almost have to make a point of jumping straight into the hammers to actually get hit. The hammers don't extend out very far at all. Screw the snow, I'm just using the phase locket. And in here, I think this is actually the last relic. We get the, what's it called, the Warhorn? Which is completely useless. I guess I might as well demonstrate what it does. There's like a big sound wave and it kills stuff and it costs 20 magic, which is a bajillion. Like, 7 bajillion even. I guess I never really mentioned, but ice physics in this game work kind of like every other game with ice physics, where if you jump, you basically cancel your sliding momentum, so that's really handy. And really, because of the way that works, the ice physics in this game, I find, never end up being too much of a problem at all. Because jumping is something that you end up doing a lot of in this game anyways, so... On this screen, I like to come up here and just bash the statue along here because it kills the dudes and completely trivializes their hammers, which... This is one area where it is, you can find yourself running into them just because there's no ladders. So you're just kind of... The hammers are just kind of in the open space, if that makes any sense. Oh my god, that was stupid. And I was right before a checkpoint, too. Oh well. I don't think I have to go too far back because I did the side screen already. No! Oh, that was so close. I'm really scrubbing it up here. Scrubbing it up here. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, I didn't go too far back at all. Fortunately, retrieving those bags might be kind of difficult. I don't think that one on the left is. I think it's a lost cause. Oh well. That's a really good place to get, there's an achievement for killing 3 guys in the air at once with a single throwing anchor. That's a good place to get it. Pogo cancel, so you don't pogo the ice and then fall on the spikes. I think there's another area on the left here, but you can't actually proceed until you kill that wizard dude. Well, I just about fell to my death there. Thank God for the phase locket. That was surprisingly tense. Come on, die, you stupid wolf. Thank you. Normally what I would do here is use... Let's do it anyways. Okay, well that didn't go very far, but... Really? Oh, I guess I wasn't paying much attention. Oh well. I didn't go back very far. A little farther than I thought, actually, but not a big deal. There's basically one hard part of this level left. Hopefully it goes somewhat smoothly, but we shall see. Let's actually just go through here. I'm just gonna spam the crap out of the phase locket. Okay, so that went pretty well, actually. Getting up on top of those blocks is actually surprisingly difficult sometimes, so... Man, I really spammed the crap out of the phase locket. I've got like no magic left. That's actually kind of bad, so... I'm just gonna kill myself. Because when you come back to life, you have full magic. It is miraculous. This is Polar Knight. There's kind of 2 ways to do this guy. I'll do the phase locket way this time. Basically, it involves just spamming the crap out of your shovel attack and then using the phase locket when this starts, because this is kind of like a 2-part fight. Eventually get to the point where he's just digging up the ground and there's spikes all over the place, and it's really, really evil because screw everything about spikes in a boss fight. But if you phase this or spam the phase locket, you can pretty much ignore that threat and just go ham on him with ridiculous numbers of shovel attacks. If you are really good at the rhythm of getting out your shovel attacks really quickly, you can kill him really fast. I did a kind of decent job of it there, but it could have been a lot better. And this is basically the only spot where the Warhorn is any use. Actually, there's an achievement for killing 5 enemies with a single Warhorn, and I don't think I would have even gotten it there. I don't think I killed more than 4 at once. So that's kind of silly. But anyways, that finishes off this 3rd section of the world map, so With 8 knights defeated, we are on to the final area. On the next episode of Let's Play Shovel Knight. Catch you later.